How the heck are you guys? I'm Fastidious. Welcome to my channel. So I put out my video featuring Lucifer on Pratus earlier today, showing off how broken he can really be when you're doing these speed runs. We showed him in 2:19. Thank you to Calypsix for sharing the video and letting us discuss it. However, I said the account wasn't ready. Calypsix wasn't ready to do 2:21. I'm on an account right now that is ready. So let's go and let's show off that we are in the account of Mr. Ray from the Dragon Slayers community. Shout out to the Dragon Slayers community. You can see Ray is a very strong account, and I will give him a surprise here. He doesn't know I'm going to do this, but he is the first account in the world, that being Forerunner or Global, to have beaten Wave 160 and maxed out Tide, right? Everything's been cleared now, so that means he's the first player in the world, the first player ever in the history of the game to have an A5 Volca. So I'll just show you guys that right now. Ray's been grinding really hard for this. He might be saying like Tide grinding hard. I mean, the amount of like tweaking and min-maxing to get that last tiny little bit of BP before everyone else takes a lot. It's not something I would be so excited to do, but Ray got it done, and it's quite the accomplishment. So there you go, A5 Volca. Awaken level 5. So just to show you, it takes a pretty good account. You don't probably have to have A5 Volca for this. I think a lot of people will be able to do it, but you do need the right heroes. So of course we're showing auto runs just like we did in the first video. So it is a speed run fight. We have Power of Dominance on. This is just to show you how powerful he can be and how much he can speed things up when you're farming this kind of stuff and how next level it is. And also a demonstration of how the abilities work, how powerful they are. And we can got a theory craft where it can be applied in other stuff. We just thought 221 was like a super exciting place to show that, right? What he's able to do. So this is going to be the team right here. We don't even need to bring the 9th person. Quite frankly, yeah, we could probably swap in a few other people's, but we do need to make it work perfectly. You're going to want 5 arbiters. You could probably do it with 3. I really do think so, but certainly with 5, it's going to be the most potent. The thing is, there's a touch of RNG that goes into Pratus's kit because with his Lord skill, I think I slightly misspoke in the first video saying you could only trigger it 3 times or it could only stack 3 times. It actually is 5 triggers or 5 stacks. I was getting confused with the 3 cap divinity that you consume. However, there's an instance for every faction ally present. However, what happens is there is RNG. Is it going to be Verdict of Truth? Is it going to be Verdict of Truth 2 or Final Verdict? The range here, if you had 5 units with Verdict of Truth, right, you're going to have 100% true damage 2 times. So that'd be 200 for each. So it'd be 1,000%. That'd be the worst case scenario if all 5 were those. And then the best case scenario with the Final Verdict would be 200% 4 times, right? So 800% times those 5, 4,000. So you're going to be in a 1,000 to 4,000% true damage range. So there is, like, I've done this run now a few times. Once you set the auto, it's good to go, because it saves that RNG from the auto. But, there is variability without a doubt. So there you go. You can see it there, kind of what we're up against. But overall, it's really cool. I guess while I'm here, I'll show everyone else's build at the end, but this is the build I put on Pratus. It's not the most wild build in the world. He's exceptionally easy to build. So you see we have things like some crit rate and some crit damage. There's a nice amount of attack speed. None of that matters. All I was looking for is almost like you're building a Dolores. I'm looking for attack bonus and attack bonus and attack, because that's what we're just... True damage is scaling off of attack, so I want as much as possible. Attack speed, when you're going to see he's like a separate special manual trigger on his Lord skill. It is not depending on rage or anything like that, so it's a pretty special thing. And then we go Warlord. We just go for a nice attack bonus roll, a nice flat attack roll, and then some attack bonus here, because you're going to get the higher main stat attack since it's a premium set. All in all, we built a healthy amount of attack on him, 22,600 attack. The rest of the stats really don't matter. That's not what's coming into play here. I guess you could say attack speed, so you want to line up the ult with when you do the manual trigger of his Lord skill. This will all make sense once you see it, but essentially that's just what you're going for. We've got a maxed out tier of Twilight to really get as much attack as possible, because again, that's what the true damage is scaling off of, and there you go. I will say, Ray's pretty juiced up. He not only has Pratus, he has A1 Pratus. So now when basic attack deals damage to targets inflicted with Radiant Erosion, he's going to restore some rage. This doesn't really change anything at all, because it's not about getting the ult. We only need to get the ult off twice before we delete the boss. But it can be great when using him in other content to keep that ult cycling. If you don't know exactly how it works, you can watch the first video, we get deeper into it. Basically, during the ult, he increases his attack, so that's great, because that's what his true damage scales off of. If there's one enemy in range, inflicts 3 stacks of Radiant Erosion. This is like extra damage that we don't really need. I mean, the Radiant Erosion, the boss is not going to be in his range, but it's pretty amazing because this skill over here from the Lord skill, which again, it blew my mind. It's a manual cast now that I'm finally in someone's account using it. It's a button that you press. It's like off to the side. You're going to see in a second. This is totally a thing on its own, with the range being literally every tile on the battlefield. So there you have it. I want to do one quick demo, and then we'll get into the battle. This is very cool. So you do not, shout out to Vise, who messaged me and explained this to me. I had no idea. I knew you needed 5 arbiters, and I knew, of course, you need Pratus, or you need the number of arbiters to maximize it. So a 5 arbiter team's ideal. However, this hammer, so this is the button I've been describing, guys. You don't need any of those arbiters like deployed on the battlefield, not even Pratus. So watch this. This is crazy. Literally, there's no one on the battlefield, right? There you go. I mean, obviously we can get a lot more going because, certainly we are going to use a bit of inspiration from both Dolores and Constance. We'll cycle through that separately. But there you go. That is what that looks like. Without further ado, let's get into the battle.
Fastidious.
Fastidious.
All right, I almost forgot to bring Dallin, did not forget in the end, so let's head in there, and actually our first placement will be Dallin. So it really doesn't matter where you place her, since we're using her for cost regeneration that comes strictly from her passive. It has nothing to do with any of her hits or her rage regen or anything like that, so I'll just throw over there. Next can be Sadie. We will need Sadie, even with power dominance, even with this very strong team. You do need her damage mitigation. If you're not going to do like a Volca strat with put him down, pick him up, you need Sadie for her damage mitigation to really tank this out. So we'll wait. We'll get ready with our Regulus. Down he goes. And already we're going to be looking over towards Pratus. So worth mentioning, a technical thing here is we got these 2 guys coming down. These are the first 2 guys before the boss is going to be there. We need to make sure these guys are dead before the boss comes down, because the triggers from his Lord skill, which when we click that manually, they have different instances. There's 3 versions. There's the normal version, the stronger version, and the crazy version. So there's variants already. There's already RNG among there. We already have some RNG there. However, we can limit amount of RNG because those also all bring random hits. However, if both these guys are dead when we trigger it and there's only the boss left, they're not random. They're all gonna land on him. So that's the first part. We also need to make sure that Pratus' ult has been activated, but if we wait until these guys are dead, then trigger the ult, then trigger the hammer, we can't trigger the ult because technically the boss is not in his range. These guys are, so we need to wait for that perfect moment when they're about to die, but they haven't died yet, so we can trigger it. But we don't trigger it too early so that it's no longer live when we then trigger the hammers. I hope that all makes sense. It's a touch of a balancing act. But there we go, and now we can get Dolores. She's wearing a Tumultuous Horn, formerly known as Spirit Horn, so she's basically ready to ult immediately. So now down is going to go the first guy. I'll throw it on 1x in a second. And you can see, basically, we get a little damage here. Now we can trigger Pratus. We can already pick up Dallin. We're going to trigger Sadie for some damage mitigation, Dolores for inspo. As soon as that guy dies, yeah, we can trigger the hammer, and you can see not much RNG to worry about with those random hits when they're all going to hit the boss over there. See a couple go over to that first side guy over there, but we still get him under 50%, which means we are right on track. Now we can get down Constance, and we can trigger Regulus, which is a little damage mitigation. I'll also put down Leia. And we're looking pretty good. You don't need Leia for this, but if you got her, why not use her? I will put Valkyria down here just to help take care of the mobs. And basically, we're just going to tank this out, do some damage. I mean, this part's pretty easy, especially with the PoD, with these strong heroes and stuff. But basically, we want to survive this, then wait to the next moment that there's about to be a streak and there's only one person left, and then we're going to do the same kind of trigger thing again. It's going to be pretty good. It's pretty nice stuff. So we can get Alistair down. Let's just take care of this. We might as well trigger Valkyria. Throw this thing on 2x. Okay, so this is going to be the last guy before the boss is ready, so we can already get ready. So if the cycling didn't work, like when I did one version where Dolores actually did die from the splash and stuff, so I wasn't able to use her, but I'll trigger her now. And remember, trigger Pratus now before the guy comes out of range. Actually, I was late. Let's see if we can still make it. And we just are going to. Okay, perfect. So thankfully we made it. But you can see that's kind of what I was articulating at the beginning, which I've noticed from my testing. It's very, very fickle, and there is a bit of a delay on his thing. It's not like a Setrum level delay, but you can see I did click it before the guy was dead, but clearly maybe the game knew he was going to die or something. Like it already registered the death. But there, down goes the boss. Nice and smooth. But yeah, it's an interesting thing. I mean, it's a bit niche of a thing. Basically, what we were trying to do is just demonstrate how powerful this truly is. And I'll just show you the really fun part now. It's just like, hey, look, everyone's gone. They're all getting exploded. Oh, let's do it again. Great, everyone's gone. It's just raining fire. Valkyria's like, let me get some hits. Let's do it again. Why not? You'd only need like one stack, really, to take care of almost all of it. But yeah, you're basically done there. You can save another stack just for the end to try to make the speed run as fast as possible. But yeah, we're trying to demonstrate this is the fastest possible run. It's so significantly faster that at very, very high low things that will make a difference when it comes to farming competitively, but also just such a demonstration of power, right? And how insane this hero really is. Like this is just, it's just insane. Hopefully I can get a trigger off here. No, yes, okay, and now we do this. And there, ladies and gentlemen, is your speed run. Before they can even make it down, before the fast, formerly known as the roly-polies, now the fast wooden rocky runner guys come down. And that's the fastest run you're ever going to see. I'm pretty sure I'm the first person to do it. I mean, on Ray's account, granted. But that's as fast as it gets. 3 minutes, 28 seconds. Pretty nice stuff. And yeah, no one else can do that kind of damage to the boss because he has such tremendously high defense and resistances, but he's, you know, covering the whole battlefield with perfect true damage. And I've seen numbers way bigger than that. We've taken him down like under 30% if you roll really nicely. So let me actually just show you the builds of everybody else. And I want to just, I guess, maybe quickly explain the Lord skill one more time because I truly do think it's so confusing. It reads very potent, but you don't realize it until you see what's happening. So just I'm going to focus on the Lord skill here. Basically, for every one of those arbiters, we have 5. So we're going to have 5 chances that we're going to get one of these 3 things, and that is random. So the Virgin of Truth, this is like the weak version, right? So it's going to be 200%. It's 100% true damage twice. And then we've got here 150% 3 times, so that's 450%. And then here the super strong one, 200% 4 times, so 800%. So if you did get the strong one all 5 times, then you're talking 800% times 500%, right? And then the smaller range over here would be the 200% times 5, so 1000%. And yeah, it's remarkable. It really is. I'll show you the build one more time. You can see it's this wisdom set. Nothing crazy. I like all the crit and all the attack speed is just because Ray's gear is so good. All I did, Mike watched me do it. We were just on a phone call. I was prepping for this, just catching up for the day. I literally went attack bonus, flat attack. That's all I searched. And I thought a wisdom set would be great because like by the time we kill the boss, we've only done 2 triggers of the ult. So that'll be 20% from Soulbound Arcana. Better get that 35% from the wisdom set. Here you can see, just went for the Warlord set and just went for attack bonus and then attack bonus and flat attack. If we go to skills, you can see he's not even max skill. It doesn't matter. This is all on the back of the Lord skill. If you could get this, I mean, it would help maybe just get the cost cycling faster, but you see we had plenty of time. This is all you need. The effect duration doesn't even really matter either because it's not that tight. You know, we do the whole thing within like 5 game seconds. So it's really fine. I mean, the Tear of Twilight helps, obviously. And then no one else did anything, but just, you know, to do my due diligence, I will show you guys. So basically, all these guys' jobs are just existing. I guess Valkyria put on a touch of damage. But here you go. I'll just show all this. We didn't use Pelagios. There's Alistair. How wonderful. It's funny that they always just put Ix there because he's unnameable. I guess they're just including there. Thalon, not even fully booked. Did I even place Thalon? Who knows? There's Constance, not even wearing an artifact, it looks like. Who cares? This is not their time. This is the Pratus show. Leia, you saw I didn't trigger her ult or anything. I didn't want anything special happening with her if she was there, just because, like, hey, who knows, maybe we'll need heals. I think, actually, I didn't place her the first time I did this, and Dolores died. That's why I had Constance there as the insurance policy on top of just being a Supreme Arbiter, and Dolores didn't die this time from the Earthshake, so maybe Leia helped with that. You can see, not even wearing an artifact, doesn't even matter. Nothing matters. It's the Praetus show. Regulus, I guess, kind of matters because he was our first tank, but, you know, with the PoD, it doesn't matter. There's your Regulus. I can click through here. I believe I got him in an Olog's Wall. Yeah, Bastion Ring now. So cool that they changed all the names. Down, of course, does not matter. All that matters is that you're using this and it's maxed out. But for the way we did it, it could have worked even with like level 3, I believe, if you got it to 27 seconds, 13 costs. Sadie, I did build for this with very high rage regen, very high attack speed. However, you didn't need to, because in the end I ended up placing her so early, but when I was originally testing it, I was thinking, you know, I'll probably place her later on so I can get the DPS out sooner. Then I just realized we didn't need much. Pratus is just so good. Like, he's just crazy. And then Dolores, Ray actually has got such a crazy account. His Dolores wasn't even perfectly min-max, he just doesn't need it. So I pushed her a little bit more. I mean, but it's a fairly normal Dolores build. I mean, 12.7, I mean, that's a lot. I've many an account I work with has that. You do not maybe Ray's account. Like, my account is like 12.5, so there you go. And yeah, Keen Wisdom. or no, excuse me, so sorry, Tumultuous Horn, which it doesn't need to be maxed out. I would say as long as you have this like at plus 13 promo 1, it will be more than enough rage. And there you have it. You could also switch it and put the Tumultuous Horn on Sadie and give, now that I'm saying it out loud, I probably should have done that, and you can put the Keen Wisdom on Dolores. What I will show you is how crazy this looks when it is an auto, because that's what this actually is. It's an auto run, and it is wacky tobacco, man. It's really something. I don't know. Is this crazy? I think this is crazy. That first off, people in the comments were saying you're not gonna be able to on 221. I said we would be able to, and I'd demo it if you guys wanted to, and you guys wanted to, so I'm doing it. And yeah, apologies that we didn't show gear in the first video. Like I said, there you go. It's pretty smooth there, right down to 50. Like I said, it wasn't my video, it wasn't my account. I think it was nice enough for Calypsix to share it with us to begin with, and to test it for us to begin with. So I was very happy with that. So let's see. A little delete button action from the big boy. Oh, that was you could see we got some bigger hits there. That was insanely smooth. And this is what it looks like on auto, right? Ray's got the privilege card, 3.5 seconds. We're like already halfway done with the battle. And then that whole last phase does not exist. It just does not happen. It's just not a thing. So kind of silky smooth as butter. Hope you guys enjoyed it. When we said he's broken, we just meant it's just crazy how he's on such another level in terms of being able to do this thing than other heroes. I mean, you guys can make your own assessment whether you think he's the best hero in the game or not. That's not the point we're trying to make. Just like for this specifically, and especially the kind of people that are going to get Pratus, I think it's going to be supremely frustrating that it's such a jump up from what other heroes can do. If you want to see him like in proper real content and not just like speedrun content, let us know. But that's what we're doing here. I'll show you the stats now. So 5.3 million, 3.8. But yeah, what really matters is that the boss went bye-bye. Yeah, and bye-bye indeed. Thank you so much for watching. I have been Fastidious. If you like my stuff, like it, comment, subscribe. I'm sorry if I seem tired. I freaking am. It's 1:30 a.m., but I decided, you know what? I want to give Ray his account back, so I'm going to film now. Thank you so much, Ray. Thank you, guys. Share it with your mother. I'll see you in the next one.
Fastidious.